love how we all have the pink cups right here.
Yeah, you know,
Vibe.
aesthetic.
I know.
Vibes all the way.
Right.
All the time.
We were just talking about how I accidentally hit the laughing button on Davian. We're not going to make that mistake again. Davian, if you're listening to episode 13 right now, sorry about that, bro. You had to be the test dummy. You know?
For real.
You know.
It's my first time using that sound effect.
Hey, it's okay.
It is
totally
okay.
fine.
It's fine. But
We
that
make
was a good
mistakes.
podcast, though.
Yes, that
So,
was.
Yeah. Shout out to Davian.
How are you this Monday morning?
I'm doing great this Monday morning.
Good.
You
good.
know, sun
Yes.
shining, birds chirping, feeling good, you know,
Yes.
doing our workout routines and all of that stuff and getting healthy. And we're
It'd
trying
be
to
hard,
we're
but
trying to put the right food in our body, but burgers be so good, man, and like greasy stuff.
literally, like, honestly, like,
The way
especially.
them burgers set up, bro.
For
Yeah.
real. Hey, we got to take it a
Perfect.
step at a time, okay?
Okay,
We're working
all right,
out.
We're gonna slow down.
We're trying to get in the groove of working
We're
out
gonna-
every day.
Yeah, let's get that
And
situated
then we'll
first.
talk about healthy eating.
We'll talk about food
Yeah,
later.
and
but
celebrate those little victories along the way.
Exactly.
All progress.
That's all you can do.
I'm gonna have my greasy burgers.
He's like, in other words, after this, we're getting burgers.
Right, for real, though.
Welcome to the People Being People podcast, everyone, with Mona and Tyler. Tyler and Mona. I'm excited about this Monday morning.
Yes.
You know, I don't know. I'm talking mess right now, but I don't think I'm gonna get a burger though. Even though I'm talking all this mess, I don't think I'm gonna do it.
I already
I might
know
be
we're going to Agua Fresh after
Yeah,
this.
we're gonna be.
Oh, that's a smoothie place.
Yup.
Smoothie with,
smoothies.
like, they have salads, they have wraps, they have little sandwiches there.
Yeah.
Yes, little sandwiches.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we're going to be a little responsible this Monday morning. Hope you
Right.
guys, Monday is off to a great start. This is
Yes.
People Being People. Get out there and crush it this week. Let's do it.
Yay.
Self-love isn't an easy journey.
Especially when you came from a really broken place inside of you.
It's an everyday choice. This is like a really special podcast today. A very special podcast because we got the one and only Monia Ashibi all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, originating out of St. Louis at the HQ today on the People Being People podcast.
Hey, this is very exciting. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes,
Thank
before
you guys.
we get, into talking in the groove of things, share a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Who's Monia?
Well, Monia is a lady from St. Louis, like you said originally.
Yeah.
And then I lived in Atlanta for 10 years and then LA for a few. And now I'm back in Atlanta. I am a model, a singer, songwriter, dancer, choreographer,
All the creative.
stylist.
Don't say that loosely, all right? You are the model, the stylist,
Listen,
the singer songwriter, the
They be
choreographer.
gassing me up.
I'm over here sounding like Lil Durk. The singer.
Come on, Lil Durk.
You know how he be the voice, the hero. You know,
Really?
all the
I
put done
don't
for
really
everything.
listen to Lil Durk, so I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
hey, Durk, if you hear this, go ahead and approve that because she the singer, the songwriter.
Oh,
Yes.
The everything.
Lil Durk.
Yes.
What's good?
Yeah.
What got you? Have you always been creative since you were like a kid? When did you find your passion for creativity?
I think it sort of found me. Since we're talking about self-love, and that's pretty much the general theme of all of this,
Yeah.
I would say that creativity pretty much saved my life from a very young age. You know, we all go through things, but definitely life wasn't always the easiest for me. So whenever I was confused or didn't know, the only thing that always made sense was creating. So that's just been a consistent hand holder for me and just comfort. No matter what happens, it's always there. You know, it's the independent variable throughout my life.
Exactly. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I can
And-
definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't find dance when I was in 8th grade,
Man.
you know, I was kind of going down the wrong path, hanging out in the streets and stuff with the wrong people.
Yeah.
And dance saved my life too because that path, I definitely started going down that path. And I was introduced to, you know, that Chicago-born dance, Chicago footwork at the right time. And that gave me something to do after school. and all of that good stuff. Kept me out of a lot of trouble. So I definitely relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. So when we talk about creativity and stuff, so obviously, like you said, I don't know if you mentioned it in the, so to give a little background, Monia's been here for 2 days, so we've been having these like very deep conversations and stuff, but you were back and forth from LA to Atlanta, and talk a little bit about that and your journey with being in LA and like chasing the dream, you know?
Yeah. So LA was a pretty extremely transformational process just from beginning to end, even with the very moment I realized I wanted to go.
Yeah.
So the way that happened, I realized I wasn't really trying my hardest. I wasn't really a risk taker, you know, and no risk, no reward. So I was just like, I'm just going to go. You know, that's where I really want to be. So I went to LA, and then shortly after, pretty much in the process of moving there, I found out my dad was sick with cancer. And that almost stopped me from going, but he was the main one, like, you can do anything, you know?
Go.
So it's like, okay, just keep going, you know, just try. And it was like, God just, or, you know, source, most high, whatever you consider, just works in the most incredible, mysterious ways, because all of that was conditioning for everything I've ever wanted. Does that make sense? Like you can't really have the things that you want just like on a platter given to you. You know,
that
like
would be boring.
It would
Don't
be
you
boring.
think?
I do.
It would be empty.
It would be empty. It'd be like, why did you just want it? Just to want it? Did you work for it? You know, what did you learn in the process towards getting it? So I've learned to kind of take my pain and turn it into my motivation, I guess, you know, like not letting the different pain that I felt be in vain, you know, giving meaning to it, so that it's not just something that hurt me. It's something that was more of a metamorphosis, you know, something that I can grow out of and be like, finally.
It's like,
love that.
we're over that hurdle. Like, you can
Yes.
breathe again.
Yes, and as bad as it feels when you're
And it
going
makes you more
through-
wiser.
Yes, exactly. It makes you wiser, and you just come out of it
More
like
confident, sorry.
Yeah, it's more confident. All of that. Like I look at so many things that I went through in LA, and I'm like, I wouldn't know anything had I not gone through those things. And I mean, literally, I wouldn't know anything. Like, I would be very naive still. I'd probably be doing nothing, because I really understand why it's important to work hard now.
Exactly. And I remember you saying too, like, you moving to LA really taught you how to be an adult.
Yes.
Like, because in Atlanta, you know, I'm sure your family's in Atlanta.
Yeah, my mom was there.
You know.
A lot of my friends that I grew up with, I was very, without even realizing it, like a lot of the time subconsciously dependent upon the people that I was around. And in LA, it was no coincidence that I ended up losing my dad during that transition for myself, you know, because he was the person like, oh, dang, Dad, can't pay my rent. Can you help me out? You know? But it's like being thrown into an environment like that and getting your support system kind of stripped away from under your feet. It's like, all right, now what you gonna do?
Yeah, like you
How
want
bad
your
do you
own
really
baby
want
girl.
it? How
We
much
were-
do you really want it?
Yeah, we were talking about this last night, how these adversities and these things we experience in life, how they're for us, because what joy could we find in life if there wasn't hard things that we
Exactly.
have to
We'd be
experience
robots.
to experience joy, you know?
Exactly.
It would be empty, like we just said a little second ago. And I find that some of the people that have had a life that was smooth sailing in terms of like getting things like outwardly or whatnot, they find a struggle in finding purpose or a why.
Yeah.
And some of the things that we strive for are very much different for people that was, let's say, for lack of a better word, born with a silver spoon or something like that.
But even that, I'm sure they have some difficulties.
That's
you know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying.
But
It's-
on a different level. So like we can't judge like, oh, they get everything they want.
I'm not judging in
Yeah,
that
I
way.
know.
What I'm saying is their why is much different than ours. Like, you know, and and that shows me that throughout life is so full of lessons and things that are for us to grow in our own ways that's necessary for us. Whether we were born with a silver spoon, whether we weren't born with much, everyone has some sort of why in life and some sort of thing that they want.
That keeps them moving and driving and making sure that they're going after what they want. You know?
And like you said, that's very much true, because a lot of people view people that have, let's say, it easy in terms of resources, finances,
yeah, you can say that,
relationships. They think that they have it easy, but no, those people are still searching for their purpose and their why and things that are different.
And it can be even harder,
yeah.
don't you think? Like, imagine having everything handed to you, right? And they're like, they probably do want some hardship in their life. Like, damn, give me something hard.
Yeah,
you know?
Or you know what I mean? I've heard this like a lot from J. Cole. He talks about it a lot in his music, and just different people that say like, man, it was a bit easier when I didn't have all this. Really? Because now I have all these sets of new problems that I have to learn throughout life, that I've come into this money or these resources or these relationships. I have to learn how to manage these things now.
And I feel like, and I feel like people with a silver spoon, I'm sure a lot of people take advantage of them. Ooh. Wouldn't you think? Like, I
see what you're saying.
Yeah, like growing up with that, like people probably around you for the wrong reasons, you know? And like I have some friends that are well off and their parents are really well off, and you know, they do have problems with like, oh, people are just around because they have this, they have that, or I have money, so I'm willing to help you out, you know, and that, you know, that's a whole nother problem.
Whole nother thing, yeah.
You know, so everyone has something going on.
Absolutely, and at the same time, you know, just bringing all of that up, I think that's what makes life so beautiful, just getting through these things so we can experience joy, you know, and so we can experience happiness, because what would life be without some sort of adversity or hurdle or something to overcome?
Exactly. So going back to your journey and stuff, let's throw out something fun. What was the funnest thing that you experienced while being out in LA or Atlanta? It could be LA or Atlanta. Like while you're on this journey of creativity and putting yourself out there.
Yes, that's a good question. I don't know if I could dwindle it to just one thing, but the funnest parts about LA were finally truly working in a field that I always wanted to. And I mean, like being on set for like different videos and projects and commercials that I never even expected to be able to be a part of, you know? And just like pushing myself, because a lot of times I would find myself like in rehearsals with dancers that I literally am a fan of. You see what I'm saying?
How did that feel?
Oh gosh.
Like, okay, so I have like 2-in-1 question, because now my brain is like going. Okay, so the industry that you are in, do you ever find yourself comparing yourself to others, or feeling like you may not be good enough, or you don't look this certain way? Because, you know, I've read a lot of interviews with like models and actors and stuff, and a lot of them feel like this, like, damn, like they comparing themselves and they don't see the beauty in themselves, right? You know, so like, I think as a woman, anyway.
Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely, it's brutal. I know, like for a long time, I didn't even have women friends. I mean, but I definitely had to grow past those insecurities as best as I could, and realize the allyship that comes from being close to other women and the things that I can learn from it. Like, for example, I was telling you all about the dancer I met who was like 31 or something. I think I was 25 at the time, and me and a bunch of dancers are sitting talking about how like anxious it makes us to be approaching 30, and she comes up with like, girl, anyways, you know, she was like, once you're at 30, she said it's the best year of her life, or it was the best year of her life, because you are no longer, you know, losing people, like the people that are supposed to be in your life for the most part. You know, life is ever changing, but you have a pretty solid foundation to be able to live your life as who you are, you know, without as many questions, without as much wondering, oh, are these the right people? It's like, nope, you got what you got who you got, now soar.
Yeah. So now when you make fun of me about approaching 30, I'm gonna just be like, you still gotta go through the same shit that I went through when I was your age.
Right.
Have fun.
All right.
Have fun. It's over with for me. I'm good.
I'm not to that mindset yet. Maybe like in the next year or two when I'm
For
like 25, 26.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was like 25.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop calling me old.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay, because then you could call her old when she starts getting there, and then it'll just be a back and forth. That's me and my sister.
Well, that means you're gonna have to change my diapers first.
Oh my gosh, stop. No, let's not go down that.
Facts.
You're gonna be changing my diapers. I'm gonna be like, babe, I
He's
went.
gonna be like, I'm old, remember?
I went poopy, babe. Can you change?
You stop. Okay, I'll do it. But like right now, let's not talk about that.
Look, in the bathroom, like, babe,
Hey, baby.
come wipe mine.
Oh my god.
Aw, so sweet.
For real though, so you can't call me old.
Okay.
No, I love that though, because LA is like the hub, aside from New York, of chasing your dreams and pursuing your passions, especially for creatives. And when you moved to LA, I was really excited for you.
Thank you.
Hence, Monia and I have been friends for some years. Some of you all know that I was a professional dance instructor. So you can connect the dots with that.
Right.
But yeah, I was really excited for you, and seeing all the amazing things that you were doing. You did your Samsung commercial. You just mentioned that you did something with Chris Rock and Busta Rhymes. Just a couple things that Monia has done. And how does it feel being able to finally like live that life and experience some of those things? Because you've been a creative ever since you were a youngin', and I know the goal and the dream for you, we would talk about these things, being in commercials and doing stuff like that. So like your first gig, like how did that feel?
First gig, let me think of, okay, I remember the first gig. Okay, I'm going to answer both y'all questions in one, because there was a part of your question I didn't really get to. So as far as the insecurities and stuff, right? Yeah. So that pretty much was what was holding me back all of the time, that I wasn't really going for anything because of all the comparisons. I'm like, ooh, well, I don't look like that. Well, I can't sing as good as this girl. Well, I don't really dance that good, know? And by the time I did book my first job in LA, that was my dad's doing, actually. He was literally in his bed, sick, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, nothing. And he took my headshot and resumes and sent them just from his bed to everyone that he could think of. Yeah. And then he told me somebody responded, and it was for this show. Y'all have Snapchat, you know how they have different channels and like shows and stuff on there. So it was a show called Nail the Look. Wow. And it's basically a competitive styling show. And again, like the insecurities and like comparisons, the first thing I said to my dad was, I'm not a stylist. Why the heck would you submit me for that?
he sees it.
Literally. He always saw it before I did. Yeah. And seeing how much he had to push. I mean, literally fighting for your life and still fighting for somebody to see how great they are. I don't take that for granted. So it's just like I had to drop the comparisons. Like I had to believe in myself. I had to step up to the plate. Yeah. And that's kind of how it's been ever since. And it's not to say it's easy at all. Like I'm a human being, we just do that. Yeah. We just compare ourselves naturally, whether we realize it or not. But it's just up to you, like whether you want to just put yourself in that role. My dad said, fake it till you make it. Yep. And I was like, okay. So here I am getting on set for this freaking job. First off, it was incredible. Like I get there and it's like a whole fashion showroom. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is incredible. I can use any of this. They're like, yep, you get an hour and you have to incorporate this big thing of fur. Wow. Do it. And I was like, okay. And I'm like trying my best, and I'm looking at my competitor or the person I'm competing against, and I'm like, she's freaking dope, bro. Like, what the heck am I about to do? What? And I just had to stop thinking. I just had to just literally not think. I'm like, okay, don't think about how much experience this girl may have. Don't think about, you know, how beautiful she is. You're beautiful too.
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
you're here, so you're deserving. So give yourself a chance to actually bloom. So I looked at everything in front of me. I was like, I've always said if I had all these clothes, I would be fly as hell.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm like, now's the chance. Like, just try.
Yeah.
And I booked the show, and my dad was still around to be able to know that part. But by the time I was on the show, he had already passed away. So it was a really big deal for me to like really stay in the zone, because I'm like, this was the last thing he got to do for me, and I'm not about to like, you know, mess up the opportunity that I've been praying for just because I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly.
So especially like, I'm like, I'm gonna do my best for you too, Dad.
Yeah. Like, how did it go? How was it fun in the end?
It was so fun.
I got my 2 cents too, because I saw it.
I want to see.
You did your thing.
Thank you.
You did your thing.
I want to see it.
I think it's still on Snapchat,
Really?
actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was super dope.
Thank you
Did
so
you have to
much.
sew? Sorry.
I would have never known.
Kind
Sorry.
of, but I used safety pins.
Okay.
Because that's all they
Yeah.
had.
Okay.
But
Okay.
And for the viewers that watched it and got to meet you for the first time, you know, me looking from the outside in, they wouldn't have known. Like,
man,
you did your thing.
Thank
you know,
you. I won.
We gonna check that out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
won the episode.
You did win. Girl, you are
Yo,
so well deserving.
That's
I really
right.
Thank you.
You did.
I just want to see it right now.
Yo,
I'm
gonna
it's so
show it
many
to y'all.
conversations
Yeah, I'm
we've
gonna show it
been.
to y'all.
It's so many conversations we've been having that just like, it's like tear jerker conversations.
I know. I was
Yeah.
tearing up
Wanna
when I was
drop some
speaking just
tears,
now.
like-
no,
I'm
I
just
was
like,
no,
come
I
on.
felt it me too, and I was like, don't cry.
Right.
Like,
Look,
Yeah.
the cancer's over here.
I
and
know.
the Libra too.
Oh, for all of you guys wondering, I swear,
First of
me and
all,
Monia are so much
The
alike.
same person.
I
First of
know.
all, we got the same tattoo.
Literally, like, what the? Stay strong.
Stay strong.
We're both cancers. We're both Cancer,
Cancer
sun,
suns and
Cancer
Cancer
moon.
moon.
And you want to know something?
Birthday.
Okay,
Birthday.
Oh,
birthday,
yeah.
July 5th, July
July
8th.
8th, coming up.
And guess what? My midhaven is Leo. So, yeah, we are very
Wait,
similar.
what?
So,
My
in-
rising's a Leo. I don't know
Yeah.
if y'all know what any of that means, but look it up. You'll see.
Yeah. No, the most important like things you should look at is
Yeah.
the sun, the moon, the rising, and the midhaven.
Okay, I should look at the midhaven.
So you should look at your midhaven
What was
too.
your rising again?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. What if my midhaven Scorpio?
I'd be like,
I'd be like, okay, sis.
Yeah, we just gonna have to take a nap after that.
Right.
Like, all right.
Monia. I
for
mean,
real.
Stuff
Like,
is like getting weird. You know, like,
We're
what
like
type of glitch
twin
in
flames
the
or
Matrix?
something.
right.
I don't know.
Could be, you know?
wait, no, I think twin flames are opposite of each other.
Okay,
Right?
that makes sense.
Right?
Y'all are probably twin flames. You're
I don't
probably
know.
one of my soulmates. You're
Yeah.
both probably two of my
For
soulmates
real,
because you
though.
I
have
don't know.
several in life.
Right? That's hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Look, let me not sound crazy to y'all audience. Let me,
No, okay,
let me
yeah.
bring it back
No,
up.
no, you good, but babe, you just pointed at me like I don't know.
Wait, what?
You pointed at me like
Oh,
twin
yeah.
flames are like opposites,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
I'm over here like
This is for another conversation, guys. We don't want to. But
Stay tuned for
anyway-
our spiritual podcast.
Right, for real.
Look.
Okay, but okay. So
Speaking
bringing
of
it
that,
back.
Wait, let's hold on one
Okay,
sec. You know
okay.
what'd be dope because Monia is into cosplay.
Oh, right.
You know what would be super dope? Well, this don't have nothing to do with anime. I just think this would be dope in
Wait, the
general.
zodiac signs?
But do that
wait.
podcast, the spiritual podcast, dressed up as like hobbits.
As hobbits. Oh my god. Or like fairies or something.
Fairies. Oh, I did not mean to spit.
Oh, spit. It's okay.
Fairies.
That'd be so
Okay, that's just a whole,
cute.
literally, like,
That'd be
Yo,
dope.
that's so cute.
I would sit in
and
on
we
that
have
one.
like tea and like little teapots and like we're so freaking cute. And I can style
Yeah.
the looks versus shoot, you can
literally,
too.
for
Yeah.
real. Having like little like space alien buns, like but
Yes,
making
and we
it
can
fairy.
get the ears too. The
No,
elf
I would
ears.
I would
That'd be
dress up
so
as
cute.
Yoda.
Hey.
And I would because I probably wouldn't have as much to say, but I would just sit there and like correct you are wise one. Like stuff like that.
We gotta get this podcast going.
Five words at a time.
Hey, that would be a vibe, Loki.
Hello. That would be cool. And that's how you know I don't know much about Star Wars, because I almost said, yeah, don't he be like, but that's freaking, what's the dude?
You did that so well, too.
That's the furry one, though.
Yes. Why am I blanking so hard?
The dude, the ones that look like Bigfoot.
Dang it, I almost said it.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Y'all, we gonna get blasted by the Star Wars fans. They gonna be like, really?
Star Wars people are gonna be pissed at us for messing.
Right.
Sorry.
I didn't know him when I saw him. I met him at Disneyland, okay? I gave him a hug.
Like I gave him a hug.
He like, I know that much, all right?
Right.
It's gonna come to me because I know who you're talking about. I just can't. His name just won't come to my brain right now.
Yeah. I know there's Luke. There's
Luke. Yeah.
Girl, let me Google this.
Do you know that? Do you know that when we grew up thinking that he said, Luke, I am your father.
The Mandela effect. Get into it.
Yeah, but he said.
Wait, what did he say?
What did he actually say? Luke.
No,
I'm your father. Yeah,
Really?
we thought he said, Luke, I am your father, but he actually said, no, I am your father.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You remember we used to say it as
voice,
kids.
even the voice actor remembers it as freaking Luke.
I am your father. The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
What's that?
Where it's some sort of glitch.
Oh, wait.
It's like they say it's like some sort of glitch within reality.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
much.
Some stuff like that changes, like the name of books or something.
Yep.
Or like that's an example. Instead of him saying, well, we think he said, Luke, I am your father. He actually said, no, I am your father. Yep. So that's the Mandela effect.
Wow.
It's just like they say it's like a glitch within reality where little things like that change.
Yeah, Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
There we go.
Chewbacca.
We had to look that up.
Right.
Hey, at some point, we're going to have to get a fact checker in here to just be Googling things while we podcasting.
That's like the Joe Rogan podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Like, can we look that up?
Yeah.
Can y'all pull that clip up?
Yeah. He'd be quick, too. Like, real fast.
Right.
Like 5 seconds.
Yes.
I'm on it. I already got it going.
Right.
Yeah.
So after this fashion gig, we're gonna check that out later. I watched it. You said it's still on Snapchat.
It should be. I believe it is.
So who was that by for our listeners?
So as in the company that produced it.
Yeah.
So it was a company called Thumb Candy, which leads me to say my dad had no idea how much he was setting me up for success with that, because afterwards, the guy who owns the company, his name's Mike, super sweet dude. He liked me so much. He's like, can we hire you to style as a stylist? And I was just like, what the I was just telling my dad, I'm not a stylist.
Yeah.
Here I am getting hired by the freaking show.
That is
themselves.
awesome. So did you move forward with it?
I did.
Okay.
So they had me they had another Snapchat show called Nail the Lord, I can't remember. Shop the Look, something like that. Shop the Look. So I would go out and it would be sort of like a live stream situation where they would follow me in different stores. Each week, I'd be like, so today I'm shopping at such and such. Today I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's like they would kind of just give me things that they want to see.
Wow.
There would be a certain objective. Like today I'm going to try to style something inspired by anime. I'm going to style 3 looks, and at the end you guys get to choose which one you like the best.
Yeah.
And then
you can shop the look.
Shop the look.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
so
really fun.
How long did you do that for?
Probably about a year. So it was wonderful because I was doing that, and I was working at the dance salon. Dance salon? What the heck is that? Girl, we dancing and cutting nails.
A new business venture for you.
Hey, let me write that down.
Right.
You're onto something.
Monia Ashibi said it first. It's on
know
record
what?
on the People Being People podcast.
Y'all
So
better
if you
not
take
steal
it, we gonna sue you if you take it. It's hers.
Don't
Dance
do it now.
salon.
Don't do it.
Get them,
No, but
get them
I was
lawyers on you.
Hello, my lawyers Tyler and Mona. They gonna pull up. They gonna pull out the receipts. Okay.
Yo, I'm gonna show up in my Yoda outfit. Like,
No, you gotta come as Chewbacca for that.
Right, for real.
Big boy on it. Oh, you did what now? Oh,
Chewbacca.
man.
you're gonna be like. Oh my
I
god.
think that's enough to scare somebody
For
away.
real. Right.
Like,
But
oh,
what I
shit.
meant to say was dance studio. So I was teaching at a dance studio and working for Thumb Candy. That's the name of their company. And it was really, really, really super dope doing that up until the dance studio shut down. But, you know, it was a great balance and fun piece of work while I was out in
Did
LA.
you have to stop when you moved back to Atlanta then?
So I actually stopped with them probably after that year, just because I had gotten too busy.
Yeah.
And it was just so much.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
You had to pick and choose, like, wait, let me know what.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had a
That's
lot of
dope.
movement going in their company too.
Yeah.
They started a new show. So it was just so much going on. I was like, okay, thank y'all for everything, but I got to go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love y'all.
Yes.
But
I feel that.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
sometimes you
amazing-
gotta cut the cord with certain things to know, you
For
know.
sure. And the
opening
dope
other
part
doors.
is, I know that if I were to hit them up, they would be like, oh my gosh, it's so good to hear from you.
Yeah.
You know? And it opened so many doors to other things.
Yeah.
From there, I got to assist one of my favorite stylists, Othan, and she's also a choreographer. Othan is like
Full
the-
circle.
Yes, she is that.
Really?
Okay.
That.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So, like, what would you say your fashion sense is? Like, your favorite. What's your favorite like fashion staples or like pieces for like an everyday look?
Every day.
Let's do an everyday look and then like a look where you trying to like really impress, you know, like
Met Gala. So let's do the
Ooh.
everyday look and then
Yes.
let's do the Met Gala look.
yes.
All right, so everyday look. Let's see. You know, I am very, very random when it comes to how I look. So for example, at my job now, when people see me, they're like, they don't even recognize me sometimes because I come differently as every single time. They're like, wait, oh, that's you. Oh, you just switched it up. Okay. And that goes for my hair, my look. So sometimes I'll do like I said to y'all earlier, like the big tee, big baggy jeans look and some sneakers. I feel like that's always cute, but casual, comfortable. If I want to be casual, but be a little bit more feminine, I might do like some biker shorts and like a crop top or whatever. And then accessories always help to make something, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, you could throw a jacket over that. You can
For
get you some
real.
rings, some,
Yeah.
you know, chain, whatever. If I'm doing something fancy, I could be a bit extra at times.
Hey, we love that. Extra.
Yeah, because I don't like to do too much like on an everyday basis, but I also don't go out much. I'm not antisocial, but I like to, you know, be to myself most of the time.
Yeah.
And so when I do go out, I'm like, oh, bet.
I'm about to snap off.
Let's get it.
Yeah, the question
Yeah.
isn't what we're wearing, it's who do we want to be tonight.
Hey,
Oh,
that's dope.
Ooh, I like that. I like that answer. That's a dope
You're
answer because
expressing.
I think that's the essence of fashion
We were just
right
talking
there.
about this morning.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were just talking. That's the essence of fashion. It's
Yeah.
art, you know.
Yes.
And I think people view fashion as just
you
clothing alone, but fashion
whole
isn't
thing.
just
Exactly.
clothing. Fashion is how you feel on the inside,
Yes.
expressing it outwardly with clothing pieces,
Yes. Yes.
or pieces of art.
Yep.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
that's how
dope.
I view it.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay, so that's dope. I'm having a brain fart, guys. Glitch right now.
I hit the clap.
Why?
It's okay.
Dave
we
Van-
on flow over here.
Davian, I promise you, bro, I'm gonna get this figured out.
We are
Because
glitching.
You should have got that applause, and she should have got. I'm gonna have to hit that again for you.
I wish that people could see it. This is like, I'm gonna go to your Instagram. This is like a dope
I'ma let it
style on
keep
you that
laughing.
I really like.
I'm gonna let it keep laughing because I gotta
No,
Shoot.
I gotta make this right.
I gotta
girl,
make this
this
right.
style with the jeans.
Oh, thank you.
Did you do that?
No, a friend of mine actually did that. A really talented artist named Major. He's a singer
see.
songwriter as well, but
Major.
he painted that on those
Let's see.
jeans.
Why does Major sound familiar?
Oh, that's fire.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to put that on the screen
Yeah,
for
for
YouTube.
sure.
For YouTube.
I love how it's
That's-
the eye, and y'all also have the eye.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
That's really
And
tight.
then the shoes, girl, like yo, big shoes, okay. And this too. Okay, I'm done. But after this, look, like what?
That was for
And your hair, dude.
Thank you.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're sorry if you're listening to this.
Yeah, sorry.
Go check it out on YouTube.
Yes.
And you will be able to see the visual of this dope outfit that Monia
exactly
had going on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So moving from that, so we talked styling and all of that good stuff. We talked dance a little bit. So the transition from LA back to Atlanta, how did that happen?
Okay, so I was in Los Angeles. It was funny because I had just been told that I booked a commercial in Korea.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Hey, that's dope.
Thank you so
That's
much.
dope.
And I've
Right.
never left the country. But it was dope. I had just got my passport, like everything. It was lit.
Yeah.
And then as I'm getting excited for it, I am about to get ready to go to Atlanta soon. And I'm like, cool, I get to tell my family. They're going to be the first ones I tell.
Yeah.
And then from there, they told me, yeah, we decided to give the job to somebody that's already here. And I was like,
Are you serious? Was it a commercial then?
I think so. I think it was. Yeah, because it was the same company that I did that Samsung commercial with.
Okay.
I see.
Wow.
Yeah.
They probably were trying to like
you
cut
gonna-
cost or something.
Yeah,
That-
probably.
yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself moving back to LA, or are you just kind of going
It's
with the
definitely
flow?
possible. I'm certainly going to the flow. Going with the flow. I could end up in LA. I could end up in Japan. I
Yeah.
really have
You can end up in New York.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The freaking Bermuda Triangle. I
For real,
I
what's
don't
that
even know.
flight 898? I
For
I
real.
forget what
Are
that
you still getting gigs? I'm sorry, like, are you still like in the process, or is it just when you feel like, hey, I'm gonna try to get something? Or
Yeah, they kind of just, I'm letting them all come to me at the moment
Yes.
so that I can really just focus on myself
Yes.
because it's definitely that season for me.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah, certainly, and it's good. It's gonna help everything else in the end result. So, but so after that Korea thing happened, I was on the way to, and that was the last gig that I was supposed to book while being in LA. So after that, I was kind of discouraged, and let me think. Oh, that's when COVID happened, right?
And then COVID just
Yeah, COVID went crazy. And
Yeah.
in my mind, I was like, wow, God, thanks. Because I would have been over there in very close to the epicenter of where that was kicking off,
Going
you
on,
know?
yeah.
what if you got stuck?
That's
like,
what I'm
who-
saying.
People
What
were
if-
getting stuck. Like my
Yes.
sister lives in China, and
Wow.
she wanted to come home, and she couldn't come home for the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. Well, basically from there, everything just had me kind of questioning everything. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have this gig. COVID's happening. What's going to happen with my agency? I see they're not really doing many auditions because of it. And then things got really scary because of COVID. And I was already, like I told you, about to go to Atlanta to visit anyway. But things got so scary that I was like, oh no, I need to go like tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I changed my flight. And they let me change it for free. I was like, bet, I'm on the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I went to Atlanta, like I said, just to visit. And I was staying in Warner Robins, middle of nowhere, Georgia, with my mom, my grandma, all of them. Yeah. And there's really not any kind of internet signal or anything out there. So there was no trying to book gigs. There was no trying to, make things happen like that.
and at that
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
everything was closing
Yeah,
down.
nothing was
Like,
happening for anything unless So it was kind of hard, like having all those things happen back to back. And then because of COVID, I got stuck in Georgia like for good.
Yeah.
And it was kind of perfect. I started to kind of just surrender to all of it because I'm like, well, my lease is about to be over in LA. And then I ended up getting laid off from the nail salon that I was working at. So it was just like, okay, I mean, I guess I'll stay here.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that- it just kind of
And-
worked out.
Yeah. And then from there, things just kind of unfolded in a really beautiful way. And
Yeah.
it's like, you just got to trust the process. I ended up finally getting an apartment in Atlanta about a year ago, actually. I got it in July.
Nice.
And from there, I just started dancing and trying to get everything back into my regular swing of things.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm just, like I told you guys, just taking gigs as they come, but mostly just trying to formulate and really get in tune with what I see for myself.
Yeah. That's
I love
awesome.
that.
And that's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank
Like
you.
you're gonna go far, and I've been telling you this since you came here.
Like we said,
I see a star in you for sure.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
she's
much. Thank
the
you.
singer, the songwriter,
She does everything.
the stylist.
Shit.
Aw.
She's
Y'all are so
the Monia Ashibi. And the girl does her thing. I'm telling
Yeah.
y'all, if you're
And
not
it's so
hip already,
effortless. Like,
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, thank you.
and like I said earlier on the live, you can get into character so easily, and that's hard for a lot of people. A lot of people do not have that. So like,
yeah,
that's something you have. Like,
Thank
run
you.
with that and keep going.
Thank
Like,
you so
yeah,
much.
absolutely.
because yesterday, y'all, okay, so we had a really good day yesterday. It was
Amazing day.
very, very high energy. And
Oh, yeah.
when it's high energy,
Very
you
high
get
energy.
drained
Yeah.
after a while, you
Yeah.
know, and just, you know, and two, I think just having all of these deep talks and stuff, it's very deep. And
Yeah, we've been having a lot of those.
Yes.
yeah. And so after doing our creative
Campaign.
photo shoot and campaign and stuff, we went out to lunch, and then we came
Yes.
back, and all of us we could tell we were all drained. We were
Yeah,
all
we were
shot. We're like,
oh man,
and it's crazy because I was thinking, oh, we're gonna get energized after. We're gonna come back and
no, we
and
were ready
so
to take a nap.
we
All
were,
of us.
and I'm actually proud of us that we like actually stuck through it. 'Cause
We
I know
did.
sometimes, like you
Yeah.
know,
Like,
for
all right,
Tyler
guys.
and I, we're like, we'll just go home for a little bit, whatever.
For sure.
But
Because when your body
Yeah.
like, hey, you need to sleep. Sometimes
Exactly.
it's important to listen, and we
Yeah.
live in such a culture that's
Yeah.
like work
Ex-
hard,
Push,
grind,
push.
and then you end up breaking down.
Yeah.
You know, so
Exactly.
if your body needs rest, get rest, but you can
yeah,
continue.
yeah. And so now I'm lost. Thank you for interrupting me.
No,
My
you were
bad.
saying we came back, we pushed through.
Yes, we
did
pushed
those
through, and I think all of us in our head were like, TikTok videos, because
Yeah.
TikTok videos, especially for creatives, it's like very perfectionist.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
you can't just be
Process.
doing nothing silly, you know.
Yup.
And so we thought we were gonna be here for like another 2 hours. We were only here for another like 20 minutes with the TikTok videos. Like
Yo.
you got right into it.
Yo,
like
when we hit record on the phone,
she was like-
she snapped into character like, dang.
yeah,
You know how like you know how like Beyonce says she has like alter
And
egos, and,
yes.
like when she performs and stuff. Like when we hit that record button on the phone,
You
Monia just snapped into character,
Yes.
and we were done with the videos in like 2 minutes.
Yes,
Man.
yeah. So that
So-
was fun. You guys should definitely go check out our new TikTok videos
Yeah, that
on
was
Wake.
that was super fun.
It
So
was very fun.
before we let everyone go, I know y'all sad. I know you wanna listen to this podcast all day long. Here.
Right.
I get it, but
right?
I get that. But you mentioned something earlier, you know, right now is one of those times. So what's your self-love journey looking like for you, and what does that mean to you, you know, just in terms of mental health,
Yeah.
confidence, all of that good stuff?
Yes. So for me, to be completely transparent with your audience, I am currently going through a breakup, and it's been one that has changed me, like the relationship and the breakup and everything going on outside of those things changed me in ways that my inner self is like jumping for joy about.
Yeah.
Because I know that my like higher self has been waiting on me to take ownership for who I am all along.
Yeah.
Instead of being codependent, instead of dumbing myself down or belittling myself or believing when someone tells me that I'm not good enough for something. It's like I have been kind of forced in a good way to love myself.
Yes.
Because, you know, when you put your faith in man, and I don't mean men, I mean like humanity,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you're setting up expectations, you know, for something that's not promised, instead of taking ownership of yourself and really trying to find happiness that already exists inside of you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't
beautiful.
look to other people to give you that.
You got to look within, and you really got to trust yourself within and source or whatever you believe in. Trust in that. And
Yeah. You have to be
I felt
patient.
no
with
one
yourself.
owes you anything, and that's the
No.
hardest thing to get over.
Yeah.
Is wait, this person doesn't owe me anything.
Yeah.
Hey, you can feel a certain way about it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they don't owe you anything.
Right,
You gotta
exactly.
find peace within you.
Yes, and everybody is human. Everybody is on their own specific journey. So you can't hold anything against anyone. All you can do is really just be true to yourself and do what you know you need to do for yourself.
Yeah.
Keep loving yourself and being patient with yourself, honoring yourself, setting boundaries, like all of those things, like letting go of things that go against you and the things that you believe in and align in, because you'll see that those things are the the very things that you are clenching onto are like anchors that have been holding you down from everything you've ever hoped to have in life.
And those are the certain things that you just
For sure.
gotta let go.
You
But it
have
can be
to.
so hard.
Letting go.
My granny, she would always say, when you point your finger at someone, look how many fingers are pointing back at you.
Wait, say that again. Sorry, I was looking at my hairy
granny-
armpits. Anyway. I need to shave my armpits, y'all. But anyway.
My granny, she would always say, when you point your finger at someone, look how many fingers are pointing back at you.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Three of them.
Their fingers and your finger, right?
When you point your finger at someone, look how many fingers are pointing back at you. Look how many fingers are pointing back at me.
Wow.
3 fingers. So you can walk around like this, pointing your finger at somebody all day long. He did this to me. She did that.
Hello.
This and that. Look how many fingers pointing back at you. That just puts more responsibility on you to grow through that thing.
And that's
you know?
huge. You have to be able to be responsible for yourself and your actions. People are not responsible for your actions.
Exactly.
You understand? Like,
Exactly.
you can't really change people. You can't really expect people to change, but you can take accountability and responsibility for yourself. Like, it's no one else's duty. Like, people are going to be people. Y'all know how people are.
People being people.
People.
People being
what I'm
people.
saying.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And for everyone listening out there, I know that there was many things that happened within this conversation that you can take from this and apply to your own life, from personal growth, independence, all of that good stuff.
Believing in yourself.
Self-love, believing in yourself.
Having a good
Please
support
believe in
system.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just
Even though
take
it can be
those
hard.
things and put it into that pot and stir it up and be that person. Be the person
Yes.
that you want to be, that you dream of being, that you aspire to be. And
Just
that,
be.
Just be, because you're already that.
Yes.
It's already
Just
you.
be.
Yes, and you can create that reality, you know? Like,
absolutely. Put that work in and believe in you. Like,
choose you.
Belief is everything. Choose you. And, you know, we're living in a world where social media, people are posting highlights and stuff all day. And we look at that and we kind of internalize it and we want to be that. And all we're seeing is these accolades from people. And it might seem like we're living in a self-centered world, but we're not speaking on it in that way. We're not talking about looking in the mirror every day and just being like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just on top of the world in terms of like who I am outwardly. We're talking about going inward.
Yes. It's about
Inward, you know, self-belief in
Yeah.
that way. Not just believing in yourself in a superficial outside way, but we're talking about digging deep.
Yes.
Mona Lisa talks a lot about shadow work, and I know you two, you know, talked about that briefly, you know, over the past couple of days, but that's what we're touching on. Just really diving within and overturning those stones that you haven't touched and facing those things that have been very difficult for you, because like I said, through social media and through all of this stuff we see every day, self-love might look like or seem like something that's just so fun and happy. And just
Self-love.
feel
Love
good.
yourself.
Yeah.
Girl, it's ugly. It ain't cute.
It's hard.
And I
man.
always say that to people, like, just because you're going to go get your nails done or your hair done, that doesn't really mean you love yourself. A lot of people nowadays since social media, like, oh, self-love day, like going to get my hair done. And in fact,
if that makes you feel good, that's great.
And in fact, that is an act of self-love.
For
but
sure.
self-love is so much more deeper than that.
Yes.
It's really sitting with yourself and figuring out who you are and figuring out the stuff that is ugly inside, and getting that out and healing yourself. That's what self-love is about.
That's
it's
what
messy. It's you crying on the couch late at night, like why, you know, and figuring out like that messy trauma that's really in deep. Like, no, that's what self-love really is about.
Yeah, and it's you forgiving yourself too. It's you. There's so much that we kind of throw away, you know. We're so quick to give our love to others, but take that same love that you would put into somebody else and like really give that to yourself. Like baby yourself. Feel free. Talk to yourself as if you're talking to the little kid version that lives within you.
Yes,
hey, I gotta. It's an everyday choice. I gotta do. I know I scared you on episode 12 with that, so I had to put a little.
You're like, who's that?
For real, and he was like.
I had to put a little warning out there, but yeah, let me. It's an everyday choice. It's an everyday choice.
Absolutely.
Yes. And
I love that.
Absolutely.
Like we always say, know they self, love they self. Remember to be you, and grow into the person that you strive to be every single day. And thank you for coming here for the last 2 days, connecting with us on a deeper level, and just it was awesome getting to know you. Like I followed. This is my first time meeting Monia. I was about to say Mona.
Shoot, that's what everybody else says. For some reason, Monia is not an easy name to say. Apparently.
Yeah, I wonder if they think like the I is silent in it,
right? Or they add an I, or I'm sorry, they'll think the I is silent, or they'll add a C and say Monica.
Oh,
you're like, no,
like you think I spelled my name wrong,
right? Like, come on.
Right.
What?
But thank you
guys.
You're wonderful.
Oh my gosh, y'all are wonderful. Just I've learned so much from both of you, and you've both been extremely supportive, even in my, self-love journey. You guys have been very supportive with everything that's going on, and I just love all of this, everything that you're doing, this show, like the love that you're giving to people and encouraging people to show to themselves and others just in general. Like, thank you for what y'all do.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do. We're all here living this life to make this world better.
Yep. We all gonna be at the top with each other.
Yes.
And then we gonna be helping people up, okay?
Helping. Yeah. Come on.
That's what it's all about.
Get up here.
Yep.
Let me pull you up here. That's what it's
That's
about.
what's about.
That's what it's about.
It's not about all be at the top.
Exactly. And it's not about being at the top, being lonely and
purpose isn't for self.
No.
Purpose is for all.
Yes.
Because you're here on a planet for a short amount of time with all these people. You really think you would be on here and your purpose would be so small just to serve yourself?
Exactly.
That's not.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, you do have to figure out yourself. But when you get there, then you're able to, I can help you.
You can be your best self.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
For the greater good. And for yourself.
Yes.
Everything just all goes full circle.
It really does.
It all goes full circle.
You ready to get some lunch, guys?
Yeah.
Let's go get some lunch. Make your
Thank you
Monday
guys
great
for
out there.
listening.
This is People Being People with Mona and Tyler, Tyler and Mona, Mona and Monia.
Tyler, Monia.
Ooh, that was a tongue twister. But I got it right.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Go make your Monday great. Make it a great week.
Thank you guys for listening.
People being people.
Until next time.
Peace out.
Self-love isn't an easy journey.
Especially when you came from a really broken place inside of you.
It's an everyday choice.